Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan. Carter Nolan is behind the camera.
Yes, I am.
And we are back with another series recap. The NHL playoffs. Another second round series has come and gone, and then there were 5 teams left now, honestly. One more series is yet to be completed. The Hurricanes and Rangers. That could be ending tonight, though, so we could see another video coming up. But enough of that. Let's talk about the Western Conference matchup between the St. Louis Blues and the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche, in the past, have had a rough time getting out of the second round. It has been fairly noted, educated, and honestly, since 2002, they have been unable to reach the third round in a long time, honestly. 20 years. And the St. Louis Blues do have playoff experience, playoff pedigree. Obviously, they are still a couple years removed from their 2019 Stanley Cup playoff run, where they were able to capture Lord Stanley. So this was always going to be an interesting matchup. It was a rematch also from last year, where the Avalanche swept away the St. Louis Blues in round 1, but then would be upset by the Vegas Golden Knights in round 2. So let's get into this year's playoffs, shall we? Game 1, Avalanche have home ice advantage. The Blues keep it tight. Binnington plays in over his head pretty much, as he's the starting goaltender at this point in time. But the Blues are able to force overtime, but unfortunately for the St. Louis Blues, the Avalanche will win. A shot from Josh Manson from the point. Avalanche win game 1. Not a lot you can really fault the Blues on here. They did all they could, but in the end, it just wasn't enough in Game 1. Game 2 is a different story, though. The Blues come out firing early. They get a lead. They work with that lead, and they go on to win Game 2 4-1 against the Colorado Avalanche. Bit of a surprising one here, as most people assumed that Colorado would be able to mop up on home ice, but actually that was far from the case. Colorado actually had more problems on home ice than they did in the St. Louis building. Case in point, Game 3, Avalanche win 5-2 over the St. Louis Blues in St. Louis, but that's not the story, is it? The big story is Nazem Kadri. Nazem Kadri runs into Jordan Binnington. And there's also another defender that possibly pushes Kadri in. It's up for discussion, honestly, more than anything. Comment down below your thoughts on this issue. However, what it does cause is it causes the entire community of St. Louis Blues to turn on Nazem Kadri. He becomes public enemy number 1. There's a lot of inappropriate things said about Nazem Kadri, things that I will not repeat here, and things that I do not condone here. Every fan base has their black eyes, so to speak, or black spots, in terms of things that are reprehensible to say and people that act very inappropriately to the other team. There was a lot of people showing up like this after this happened. I'm not blaming the St. Louis Blues organization. Craig Berube has even said that he condemns those that were saying these things, but it did happen, so we can't just act like it didn't. Game 4 actually kind of works around that. Everyone is going after Nazem Kadri, and the St. Louis Blues, for lack of a better term, just forget that there is a hockey game to be played. And it costs them Game 4, and it gives a 3-1 series lead to the Colorado Avalanche. Kadri scores a hat trick. Perron takes a horrid cross-checking penalty. And everyone's aiming after.
Butch Navich did at the same time
to
give Colorado a 5-on-3.
Yeah, I know. They both were going after Kadri, as were a lot of St. Louis Blues players, and it causes Avs to easily win this. Go back to Game 5, possible elimination game. Avalanche get up early, 3-0 in the game. Blues claw their way back with 4.5 to go, and then Nathan MacKinnon scores a hat trick goal, a beautiful highlight goal. Everyone in the building, even the people like me, thought that was game, but no. Robert Thomas ties it, and then Tyler Bozak in overtime scores the game winner. St. Louis has life. And then we go to Game 6, where it looked like we would have the same destiny, where it would be another overtime game. However, alas not, lads. Darren Helm scores with 5 seconds remaining in Game 6, giving the Avalanche the win. Avs win this series. Blues are eliminated. And honestly, it's a tough pill to swallow, I think, for St. Louis Blues fans. But honestly, this looks okay, honestly, for you. I'll say this. I think this Blues fan base should be more optimistic than they were last year, because they've shown a lot more people that has come through the cracks than before. Robert Thomas is beginning to really show up. Jordan Kyrou looks honestly proper top 6 potential. I don't know why he was on the third line, but alas not. Tarasenko's still great. Ryan O'Reilly's still great. Perron's still solid. Honestly, I think Blues fans should be a little more optimistic about the future. Ville Husso has played great in net. I think tough year, tough luck, but you definitely, I think, will be back here yet again. Buchnevich looks solid, and that trade looks pretty good for the St. Louis Blues. Now, Avalanche fans, you are going up against a red-hot Edmonton Oilers squad who has won 4 straight. We're going to see how that matchup goes. I'm eager. I think a lot of people are going on the same path as me in saying their head says Avalanche, but their heart wants Oilers, and that's an interesting thought, but we will talk about that more on our conference final predictions coming up in about a day or two, so be sure to check that out. I'm Zachary Nolan once again. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on this series, how it played out, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll see you next time.
Connor, the old special top for Connor.